Ahead and get started then. I'm going to go ahead and record, Ken, so I'm going to start now.
Okay.
Just like to say welcome, everybody. I see a lot of familiar names on the list, and thankfully the new TV season's not in high gear, and we've got some better things to do anyhow tonight. So what I would like to do is just welcome everyone, and we do have a lot to cover. I'm joined by my colleagues Ken Kavula, Cy Lynch, and Hugh McManus, and again, the mission is quite simple. Each of the four of us will name one of our favorite investments at this point in time and share some rationale and logic and open the floor up for discussion about that. Here's our agenda. We'll just get right into it. We've been holding this meeting for a couple of months. We're going to talk a little bit about how the first couple of months have gone, and then I've asked Ken Kavula to give us a few thoughts in our segment called The Big Picture. The next topic on the agenda, and I don't think we have anything tonight, but that will be the point in future meetings where we challenge an existing position and consider a potential selling analysis on the company. And then we'll launch right into the four of us. Ken will lead off with an analysis of TJX companies. He was selected Costco Wholesale. Cy Lynch has selected Techne, the biotech lab company, and then I'll close things off cleaning up with Strayer Education, and then we'll open it up for questions and answers. Again, the format is for us to just spend a few minutes talking about each one of those, and then with whatever time we have left over, we'll open it up to the audience for questions and answers. Let's take a quick look. First of all, to keep the lawyers happy, to remind everybody, you guys all know this. I don't think I saw a single name that wasn't familiar to me, but you all know this. This is an educational demonstration. Although we make no bones about the fact that we're trying to pick stocks which will outperform the market, you still have to assume that there is absolutely no investment recommendation behind this stuff. They're for educational, illustrative purposes only, and you have to do your own homework. And I know you guys all know that.
Mark, if you could turn the screen over to me now, I think it's my turn on the agenda. Is that right?
Just let me close up with some scorekeeping, and then we'll turn it over in just a few seconds,
okay.
Ken.
All right.
Just for some of the people that may be new to the concept, Ken, the four of us have basically started meeting on a monthly basis. Generally, it's going to be somewhere near the last Saturday of the month. However, this month, a bunch of us are going to be in Chicago for the regional investor expo there. And this is just kind of the general format for what we're doing here. We're going to identify our single favorite investment opportunity. We're going to do our best to stick to pretty much core selections most of the time. That's not to say that we won't get playful every once in a while. And the goal is quite simple. We'd like to achieve some of those long-term relative returns that you heard Ken talking about a minute ago. So far during the first 2 months, and again, this dashboard is available. There's a public link to it, but the 8 stocks chosen have been pretty heavily concentrated into healthcare. And I think our first 4 were all from healthcare. But the total portfolio does look pretty good. It's only 2 months old. But most of the stocks in there have fairly decent expectations, and they all have excellent quality ratings. How are we doing so far? Again, it's too early to really emphasize this. I'm just demonstrating how we will be keeping score. Again, you have the July 30th selections by the four of us, and the 4 selections made on August 20th, and we have kind of mixed results. For those of you that have missed it, the stock market is up. I find this hard to believe, 7%, 7.1% since August 20th. That's a month ago. And that's been a little bit hard to keep up with. So far, 2 out of the 8 selections have outperformed the market, and we do look for decent results longer term. And I think, Ken, you remember who picked Abbott, right?
Yeah, I do remember who picked Abbott.
Well, with that, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, well, Mark asked me to talk about the big pictures, so I decided to find a big picture and present it to you. Are you going to give me the screen, Mark?
I can. Want me to do that, or would you want to just?
Could you do that so I could control the clicking? Then
Let me just give you the mouse, right?
Yeah. No. Just give me Just make me the presenter, please.
Oh, do you have this at your? Okay.
Yep, I do.
Okay, we'll do that. Bear with us, everyone, while we switch. We do a little bit of a handoff here. Go ahead.
Okay. And all I have to do is get this started right now. We'll be all set. So here we are with the big picture. And Mark and I spoke about what exactly this was supposed to mean. And It's a new concept that we're trying. And last session, Cy talked about an issue with the sectors in the Standard and Poor's and how they were performing at various times. So Mark said, well, what piece of manifest is most important to you? Why don't you talk about that? And we talked about, I came up with the idea of a screen. There are so many screens, you know, I love puns. So there's lots of screens, but to me, a screen for stocks or any kind of screen really is the big picture as far as I'm concerned. And I have a chance right now to show you the brand new Manifest Investing Stock Screener. It's called a Stock Search. And if you look, it's very similar to the screen we've been using. I'm going to actually use it this evening. This is on the beta development site, and within the next, I don't know, month or so, we're going to be rolling this out as part of Manifest Investing, so you'll all be able to use this new feature. I've been playing around with it now for about a month, and I'll tell you, there's some really nifty things you can do right here. One of the things I love is that I can save my searches. Not only save what I chose to put in my criteria, but I can then save what the results of that search were too at any given time. I just have to type a name in, and I'm going to be able to save the search, and then off to the right you can see View Saved Searches. I can develop a list of searches that I can compare one to another, maybe a week apart or 2 weeks apart or a month apart. But I can start to look at things and how they were viewed at one point and then another point without having to create all kinds of paper as I've been doing recently. Notice also that you can search by sector just like we were able to previously. There's a pull-down menu for sector, and you can also search by industry just as we were able to do in the old stock screener, so that hasn't changed at all. And all of your favorites are still on the stock screener. We can still search by PAR, by quality, by financial strength, by sales growth or earnings stability, but we do have a couple of new things. We can now also search by current price for those of you that like to throw out stocks with very small dollar amounts attached to them. Stocks that are selling for $1.50 or $1.90. You now have the ability to screen by price. But the one that I find the most interesting is this one, screening by manifest rank. I know that some of you are aware of the fact that Mark has come up with a manifest rank, which is really a combination of par and quality. And he's trying to do a little bit of work with that to see where that leads us. And so I've been playing with it, and here I am screening with a single entry. I'm asking to find only the top 0.5% of the stocks in the entire database as sorted by manifest rank. That means I should get a really good mix of high quality stocks with a relatively decent PAR attached to them. So when I do that screen and hit search, right there, put the one entry in and hit search, I get 12 stocks. In a 2,500 stock database, you'd expect the top 0.5% to be 12 or 13 stocks, and I got 12. And it's very interesting to see the stocks that are sitting on this list. I happen to own 5 of these 12 stocks. That's impressive as far as I'm concerned, that a very simple one-entry screen can give me a list that shows me things that I already own or that I'm extremely interested in. I notice Decker, for example, is on this list. On the first Wednesday in October, I'll be presenting an online stock study to the entire country on Decker Outdoors. It was my selection about 6 or 8 weeks ago when I had to tell Ann Cuniaz at headquarters what I wanted to study in October. So Decker's there. I know that Cy has written articles in Better Investing magazine, and in fact, I think Cy has added BioReference Labs to the challenge, to the to this particular challenge right here, the roundtable. There's Eli Lilly and there's Stryker. I know Stryker's been added to the roundtable, and some extremely interesting companies up here. If you were with Mark and I in Minneapolis, you heard us make a nice presentation on Mercado Libre, MELI in e-commerce. So I really think this is something that is going to appeal to a lot of the Manifest subscribers. You probably could spend an entire half a year just studying these 12 stocks and maybe a couple of their close competitors and coming up with a pretty decent portfolio. I'm wondering if these guys at Manifest Investing might be onto something. I really think that the new screener, in fact, the whole new site, I think you're going to be very pleased with it, and you're going to be surprised at how many extra things you can do with the things that are coming in the new Manifest work. Let's go live to the new site just to take a look at it, because I want to do a screen real quickly. And to make that happen, I'm going to, maybe I'm not going anywhere. There I am, and I'm going to bring up my internet right here. And of course, it's in my investing favorites at the top of the list, Manifest Investing. And this is the old site. What I'm going to do is put in beta dev. I shouldn't. And I'm going to bring up maybe I am.
The dangers and thrills of live with.
There it goes, and here's the beta development site, and of course it's telling me I'm not logged in, so let's see if I can get logged in pretty quickly here. And here we are, and I'm going to go to stock search just as we're ready to do. And again, after the close of the market this evening, we can sort by Manifest rank again. I'm going to ask this time for the top 1%, so I'm going to put a 99 in there. I should expect about 20, 25 stocks, and when I pull them out, I get a list that I'll tell you. It starts with one of the stocks that Mark is going to present this evening. At the bottom of the list is one of the stocks that I presented last month to the whole group. Here's one of the stocks I think Sai is going to present Techni this evening. We're getting a really, really nice mix of stocks, and a lot of them you should recognize, and they should be very familiar to you. Here's First Niagara. I think that Sai has spoke to us about this thrift before. Here's Eli Lilly that we've had some discussions about. So the site is live. It's easy to do, and if you look over on the side over here, you'll notice that I can look at various screens that I've already done before. For example, I did a traditional search early on, and my traditional search was based on things like a 65 or better quality, an earning stability of 75, financial strength of 75, growth characteristics of better than, I think, 6 I put in. But if you'll notice that
the criteria is on the right sidebar, Ken.
Oh, there they are right there. Thank you. The criteria are listed right there. But you can see that it kept that search for me that I did yesterday, and it's here for me to access whenever I wish. And I'm not sure how long we can make this list. Kurt will probably tell me at some point that I've exceeded the capabilities. But it's a wonderful thing to be able to store your searches and then just go to them and then compare them to something that you might do today versus something you did a week ago. Well, for me, that's the big picture. So I'm going to continue now from the big picture, if I can get to where I want to get with